I think we could both agree that like probably the biggest lesson is to take more time in the pre-planning of the movie, which is what we've been doing. Storyboards.
Oh yeah, some beautiful art right there. I have some
beautiful,
here too.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Look at that.
No. Eyeballs, dinosaur.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest lesson is to take our time a little bit more and make it really what we want it to be. Like, don't just like hope for the best and like more of that guerrilla style of filmmaking, which can be good in certain cases. But for this, I think it's the lesson that I've taken is to really get it as close as what we want it in our minds, like what we think the movie should look like, plan it all out, and try and stick to that as much as possible.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That's a huge part of it. I have a million other lessons just as the writer and the director. Like,
yeah,
there's a million things. I've been talking about them on this blog. But yeah, I mean that's a huge part of it is the pre-planning. But there's the other angle on it is that I don't really regret doing that for 13th Cross, nor do I regret I would say rushing the script. I think that I should have taken more time on the script in 13th Cross to make it like, I don't know. I think there's a million things that I could have improved with the script, and maybe I'll feel that way after Chicken Coop is over too. I don't know. Hopefully not.
I think any good artist always kind of looks back and they see things that they want to change, but you can still be proud of what you made at the end of the day, though.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is like there's a difference between making the first movie, and making the second one.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, now we know this is like a big deal. Like what we're talking about, like friends from film school that aren't doing anything now. We know it, or like, even like I know some guys that made, but there was about 2 or 3 other, and might have been more, but I wasn't aware of them. People in high school whose goal it was to make movies, just like mine was. And it's interesting to kind of see where they are. I'm the first one to make a feature. And so it's just kind of like, I understand there's a point if you're watching this and you want to make movies and you haven't made the movie yet, don't worry about it. Just make the movie. And so I think we did the right thing in that way with 13th Cross. Like, we made the movie. And that was the penultimate, like, important thing. We not only made the movie, we got distribution for it.
Like, people can actually watch it, which is the whole point. Bottom line, that's what the whole point of making a movie is. You want to show people your movie, and you accomplish that goal.
So, like, that's there. We did that. And so now it's like, okay, now it's more about the actual project. It's not just about our, like, personal goals. It's also like, okay, well, I want to tell this story. Let's try to tell this in a way that satisfies us artistically and all that other stuff. It's just a different goal.
Yeah.
It's like, and there was definitely a period of time for me, and I don't know how you felt about it, where like there's like a postpartum depression kind of thing with the movie. Or you made that first movie, you're like, well, I did that thing that I wanted to do since I was a kid.
And now it's done.
Now it's done.
What do I do?
Now what?
Yep. And you're just like,
now what do I want to do?
Pushed out into the cold, cruel world.
Yeah. And so it's like, oh no, now I want to make, it's not just make another movie, but it's also just like, I think, you get an idea that excites you.
Yep.
And then you work on it, and it's more of like a personal, I don't know, it's just more personal, more artistic, more less life goal check mark.
Yeah.
This time around.
And more focused on the actual movie itself. Yeah.